Mince pies are always so popular at Christmas, and for this recipe for mincemeat tart, I'm using the Foods of Athenry chocolate and cranberry mincemeat, which is absolutely delicious. And this recipe is great for a real treat for all the family. I like to serve it with some custard, whipped cream or ice cream or all the above. After all, it's Christmas. The first thing I need to do is to make my pastry. It's very, very simple. So first of all, butter at room temperature, so that's going to go in there. And then I'm using some caster sugar. Next, we're going to add in the flour. So I'm just using plain flour for this. Now, 1 egg. So crack that open, and that's the corn-fed egg I'm using. And then to enrich it, 1 egg yolk. So that goes in there too. And we're going to grate some lemon zest. You can use orange or lime, but lemon works really well. So just using my grater, just grate, probably half a lemon is more than enough in this. And then to enrich it, I like to use some of the Simply Better Jersey milk. Now I'm going to blitz it, just put the lid on. So this is the consistency that I'm looking for, and I don't want it overworked, just a little bit of flour over it, and then we're going to wrap that in some cling film. And then that goes into the fridge there. You can leave it for a couple of hours or overnight, or up to a week is absolutely fine. Now I'm going to make the Frangipane for my mincemeat tart. So the first thing we're going to pop in is our butter. So have that at room temperature. That's going to go in there. Again, using the food processor. We're going to put in our caster sugar. So next, my ground almonds. So I'm going to pop that in there. Now to give it a lovely flavour, I love ground cinnamon, and this is the organic cinnamon from Simply Better. So roughly about 1/4 teaspoonful goes in there. So now 2 of the eggs. So now I'm going to put in a tablespoon of plain flour. I'm going to blitz it now for about 30 seconds until it's nice and smooth. So that's the consistency that I'm looking for. It's lovely and loose. That's going to be lovely and soft and fluffy for the topping. So what I've done is I've aligned my tart case with the raw sugar pastry. So take it out of the fridge, roll it nice and thin, so that's it ready to go. I'm going to get the jar of the Simply Better, and this is the cranberry and chocolate mincemeat. So we just literally scrape that out, and then with the back of the spoon, you just spread that right to the edge. So this is the Frangipane. It's nice and soft, as you can see, so I'm just going to scrape that all there. And then with the back of the spoon again, you're going to move that around and just completely cover all that lovely mincemeat. And then the last little garnish for this is some flaked almonds. So that's going to give lovely texture. So I have the oven preheated, fan oven at 180, and that's going to take about 30 to 35 minutes until it's beautifully golden brown and the pastry's cooked through. So it's been resting here for about 30 minutes. It's still warm, and I like to brush it with a little bit of apricot jam. So if you warm up the apricot jam, and then just literally brush it, just with a pastry brush, all over the top. And this will give a lovely colour, but also a lovely flavour to the tart. And I like to serve that with some of the Simply Better vanilla custard, a little bit of whipped cream or ice cream or all the above. After all, it's Christmas. Why not treat yourself?